Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We have got a potentially crazy week this week. I don't even know what all's going on. It's just, I got a phone call over the weekend or late Friday afternoon, and just, I don't even know how to put words to it, so I guess we'll just see if all that stuff happens. If that happens, that'll be a separate video. But there might be something really cool going on later this week. Today, though, everybody else is closed. The banks are closed. All the other businesses are closed. So I said, you know what? I don't want to be closed today. I've got too much to do, but I don't want to be open either. So I'm not open to the public, so it's just me. I think Skylar's bringing a load out, but he's a friend of mine, so I'll work with him a little bit. But everybody else, we're closed. Today's agenda, right behind me, we're going to do some crushing. We've got a Porsche. We've got an old Plymouth. These came in last Thursday. There is nothing left of this thing here. The engine's rusted solid. The body's completely stripped out. Somebody started making a chop top out of it. And so he bought it, took it home, and just pulled all the parts off of it for his. I realize it still has things like the rear end and the frame and front end parts, but nobody would ever want that stuff. I mean, maybe one person, but I mean, one person out of however many billion people live in the world isn't a very good odds. It's definitely not worth hanging on to this car. There was no art left. There's no nothing left on this. So it'll make a good crusher. And then I got this Porsche in. A buddy of mine had this. He hauled it out. Once again, he got all the goodie off of it. There might be a few little parts here and there left on it, but I'm not going to mess with it. I thought it would make a really cool crushing video. It's not every day that I get to crush a Porsche. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. I've got all those cars over there are ready to crush except for the wheels, so I got to get those pulled off. And actually, I think a couple of those, I don't even have to pull the wheels because they're steel. And I guess I haven't told you guys, but I actually got it to where people can drive across the scales now. They can drive all the way down, circle around, and come back up this way. I'm still working on getting the road cleared out all the way to the other gate, but maybe we'll get that done today. Maybe we won't. I'm not too worried about that. I am definitely glad that I can actually get across the scales now, because it wasn't that long ago that it was solid cars all the way up to about where that Schwinn exercise bike is, and I even had cars stacked on the scales. So we made pretty good progress. I've got a bunch of cars stacked up by the crusher that are ready to crush as well, so it should be a pretty productive day. I should be able to get a lot crushed today. That being said, there is a chance of severe rain and potentially thunderstorms later today, so if it starts pouring down rain, right now it's about 35 degrees. I'm not going to work in pouring down rain in 35 degrees. That's a recipe for getting sick. It's not worth it, so if that happens, I'll go ahead and head out, but let's get as much work done as we possibly can. And that's all she wrote. Poor old Mopar. Once upon a time, that was somebody's pride and joy. But nothing lasts forever. We all have our day. And I don't want my day to be today, so I'm going to get out of the rain, get something to eat, and see if it lets up a little bit. Whew. It wasn't supposed to rain quite this early. That is some cold rain, that's for sure. Mamma mia. We definitely need it. My favorite fishing spot is just about dry. My favorite mushroom spots probably won't produce anything if we don't get a bunch of snow and rain, so I'll take it. Well, it was an absolute drencher. I mean, talking about rain, it was just pouring down rain. Couldn't even see where I was driving hardly. Got me something to eat, and I figured there's no point in going back to the yard. It's starting to rain again now, but I came out here and what I did was hop in the excavator and loaded this up. I'm slowly but surely getting rid of this house. I've gotten rid of most of it at this point. I'm not sure how much is left. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4 dumpsters left at least, I think. This is number 6 here, so that's gonna be about 10 dumpsters, which is about what I figured. It looks like there's a lot here, and you say, oh man, you didn't get rid of much, but you gotta remember, this house came out all the way to here, over to there, and it was a 2-story house, plus it had the floor at the ground level, plus it had the big porch on the front of it. I have gotten rid of a ton of wood. But kind of what the plan is I'm gonna go ahead and try to get rid of this last little section here, and the basement kind of is an L shape right there. I'm going to shove everything into the basement once this is all gone and get as much as I can out, and then whatever's left I'm just going to bury. But that's a project for another day. I'm getting soaked, so I'm going to hop in the truck, head home, probably edit some video, something like that. I don't know. It's too rainy and too muddy and too cold to really crush cars. So hopefully it quits overnight. Tomorrow morning I can go back out there and I can keep crushing. There it is. Seen better days for sure. The old headlights survived though. You know, I absolutely hate crushing really old cars like this, and this is why, because they just fall apart. Everybody says the old cars crush harder than new cars, but they actually don't. Old cars were stronger when it comes to like wrecks, like head-on wrecks and things like that. They look like they're stronger, and they are stronger because new cars are made to crumple, but you don't want those G-forces that one of these old cars would have given you. But when it comes to cabin integrity, newer cars are much stronger than the old cars. But that's a story for another day. I am absolutely flooded out. I am going to be starting a farm cleanup soon. I don't know for sure when. I was going to do it later this week, but it is a mud pit deluxe there, so there's just no way we can get equipment in there right now. Hopefully we don't get any more rain. I think we got plenty of rain for now. If it could give me a 3 or 4 weeks with no rain, I would be happier. A little bit of rain maybe, but that's it. It was an absolute deluge yesterday. So hopefully we can get into that farm cleanup next week. Until then, Tomorrow and the next day, I'm going to be loading trucks out of here. And when I say loading trucks, I mean loading crushed cars in trucks. After that Friday, I believe Terry's going to be back in town. He's going to be here to get another load of old cabs and maybe some front clips. I have a couple other people maybe going to be here Friday as well to get some stuff, so I guess we'll see what happens there. I've got about an hour and a half left today of time to crush cars, so I guess I'm just going to do that. Probably won't record any more crushing cars. Probably what I'll do is tomorrow when the trucks start getting here is maybe I'll record a couple of those on time lapse and put it at the end of this. Other than that, I'm going to let you all go. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I know I like crushing videos. They're not always my highest viewed videos, but I really like making them. They're a ton of fun. And when I got that Porsche and that old Mopar, whatever it was, Plymouth, Dodge, whatever it was in, I thought, you know, these would just be kind of a cool video to crush because there just wasn't enough left there to save. So stay tuned. Like I say, I don't know for sure what's going to be next, but something cool is going to be next. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Remember to get out there, find an adventure. We'll see you next time.